What's good? It's your boy Zara, All Rights Reserved. First off, want to give a shout out to you guys, especially Hong Kong, that's recently, as of this week, become viewers watching my channel. You guys have succeeded. Now, the Communist Party, led by their infamous leader, has recently made a lot of statements on them calming the protests down. And basically, they were like, you guys want to be unruly? We're going to shut all of you down. Well, it looks like it didn't succeed because of the wave of protests and everyone standing up for China in Hong Kong. The viewers that I've recently acquired, that's where they took a stand, and their stand worked because China backed off restrictions. They said, oh, we're going to deal with our policy better. Our fault, because the world chimed in. And here's my thing, regardless of how powerful a country is, when the world's chiming in, that's basically the UN stepping in. When the UN step in, you get it right or you get left. They know that. So they're going to get it right now. Finally, they're like, oh, maybe we did too much. And they're looking at the protesters like, we're sorry. They're backing down. Now, somebody needs to go in there to make sure that happens. Because I'm telling you, China don't play. You guys did that. They'll say that, issue that statement to the news. And then they're like, time to pay. Like, they'll shut the lights off and say, okay, time to get a whooping. Like, you guys got to be very careful. Now that they made the statement, hold them to that. And you guys got to keep it in the news so everyone knows. That's your protection. The moment you step out the news is the moment things get bad. You know how China works. China ain't playing around. They told y'all to chill. You didn't chill. They're like, fine. But then everyone chimed in the world and they're like, oh, shoot, we better chill. Because publicly, their reputation is going to look worse. They already got a bad reputation, but it's going to dampen their reputation even more. But thanks to all the people in Hong Kong that took a stand and protested, you won it for China. So you brought it home for the entire country. So now they're really checking themselves. The Communist Party is looking like, dang. Here's my thing. How did he give himself another term? I read that. How did he give himself that? That's very strange. I mean, I know it's communism, but how are you giving yourself terms? People have to vote still. Communism is about equality, right? That's what you guys claim. So why is it one man can say, I think I'll rule again? That's insane. That makes no sense. That's silliness. If anything, if he does take power, I fear for his safety because I'm telling you, in China, they don't play either. So, I mean, you guys don't play with your rules. The protesters don't play with what they're saying. So something could happen. One of them could step up and say, look, you know the skills of the Chinese people. Come on. They going to knock something down. They ain't going to play. They ain't going to sit there and take your tyranny too much longer where you oppressing them, with you stepping over them, stepping on them. They ain't going to take that. The people don't play. They're not going to be your hitting dummies, to run over, to order around your slaves. They're not going to be that. That is not what the Chinese people are. And I could say that earnestly from knowing Chinese people. They ain't going to take that. What? They going to get together and they going to figure out what's going on. But thank goodness for the news and all type of stations, and all the worldwide news made it out. And many people commented, including people of power. And they said, chill, cut it out. So he cut it out. And he's smart to do so. Understand, you ain't cut your funding. That's your lights. Your lights are out. They cut your funding. They cut your assistance. Everything's done. They could cut you off from the world and make you a target, which would be worse. But that would actually help Russia and Germany. Think about it. You now lose your resources from your choices. They get a come up and they take power over China. They would love nothing more than that. So even though there's some type of alliance in between that, you being weak empowers the other part of your alliance. You then lose the leadership of the alliance. China leads that alliance. Let's be real. The resources, their abilities, they lead their alliance. If they lose that, they lose a lot more than the people's respect. And they realize that. It's nothing to control their people, tell them what to do, tell them to go to bed, have some type of time that everybody has to be in, curfews, all type of things. They've done it before. But when the world chimes in, especially United Nations, you got to cut it. Everything cuts. Everything stops and they're like, oh shoot, the adults back in the room. That's how it is, straight up. and they seceded and protesting enough. So many people chimed in that it changed it. That's a blessing because you guys were about to be under some strict rules. Check out that no COVID policy. Come on, zero policy. It's wild. It was like, wow, are y'all children? They wasn't standing for that. But even better, they stepped in. They said finally they'll change. But China, you don't lose from it. Your people still got to respect your regulations. You still can move resources. You still can deal with jobs. You still can make deals with other countries. You have resources that people want. So don't think it's over. You're still important. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, China, you're very important. Why are you fretting over your people? As long as they're not breaking rules, going to prison, you still win. He wins. It's the Communist Party wants so much control of everybody's life. Let them live their life. Give freedom, give them, and then tell them within that freedom, this better be done, that better be done. The more freedom you allow within the system, the better your people will respond. The more you oppress them in the tyranny and order them around, the less reactive they're going to be. They're not going to listen to you. They're grown adults, of age adults. Like, most of them are way over 21. The people that are really protesting or are just entering adulthood and are well educated. Take pride in the education of your people. Give them freedom so they can respond right. If you give them the freedoms that they're looking for, they're going to respond and give you all the technology, all the knowledge, all the work, aptitude, all the effort, all the dedication you're looking for. Give the people some power. Don't oppress your people. Come on, history tells you this. You guys are well studied. Come on, China. All rights reserved.